Let me show you two documents. Which one of these feels more professional to you? Take a look, take a second. Absolutely, it's the right one. And the reason for that is visual hierarchy. And visual hierarchy plays a big role in typography and how your content and design is perceived by others. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to go from here to there and how you can learn something to boost the design of your next document. Ready to get going? Then welcome to Pimp My Type. Hey there, typography enthusiasts, glad you're joining me. I'm Oliver, helping you to pimp your typography. And this document was sent in by Scott Killen, a CPA who wanted my opinion on that. If you want my feedback as well, consider sending it in on pimpmytype.com/review. If you prefer a private situation, I also offer coaching calls. Link is in the description. But now let's get going. There are some things that Scott already does very well in his design. Let's start out with the font choice. Scott's really killing it when it comes to that, because he's putting together two typefaces that really fit quite nicely. It's Century Gothic and Palatino. Century Gothic for his headings and title here, and Palatino for the body text, which is a neat combination because one is very classy, I think it fits the profession of a CPA, and the other one is a bit more contemporary with the headings and a bit more stylish, airy, geometric, very contrasting and interesting combination, which also fits quite nicely to his logo type. The problem still is, though, the hierarchies here. And there are two things how we can tackle this. One thing is by contrast and the other is by space. And I'm going to take a look at both. The first thing here is that the typeface for the headings in between is too light and too airy to make a fixation point for people who want to read this. What I'm going to do now is change the font weight from regular to bold. And since it's now more striking in this way, I could also decrease the font size and make it seem as if it was the same from the body text. So let's go for 10 points here. It's always still a bit larger, but that's not the problem. But since it's bolder, the hierarchy already works out quite well. Now let's apply this to the other headings. Cool thing here is that now the one heading fits into one line, which is neat. As you can see, this already helped a lot. It made it easier to grasp and scan the whole text because you have these bold headings in between. But what kind of still is off are the spacings. You can see that privacy policy is really tightly close together with the rest of the document, and that doesn't really work that well. And the spacing between the headings and the body text seems a bit random and not very intentional. Let's change that. Our base unit for this is the line height for the body text. In this case, it's 14.5 points, which means we could divide this by 2, making it half a line height in between the paragraphs. So let's apply that right here, which would be 725 points. All right, and now when it comes to the headings, let's make it the same as if it was one line in between. Let's take a look at the headings. And line height is here also 14.5, that's good. But when it comes to the space before it, it's 4 points. And now we need some math. Oh no! Yeah. We had 14.5 for a line height for the body text and 7.25 distance between the paragraphs. To make this one line height, we have to add 7.25 again above the headings, and this changes it dramatically. As you can see, it immediately becomes more airy and cleaner. This is very nice now. And when it comes to the privacy policy, we could add a bit of space underneath it as well. Again, half a line height, which would be 725. So this now grew a bit. If it really was too much, maybe we could push up everything a bit, which wouldn't be so problematic in this case, and then it still would fit. Let's see this again. Before, wow, and after. So this is very different now. But there are still some tiny tweaks we could do to bring this home. If you liked this video so far and found value with it, why not giving it a thumbs up? Now let's take it to the final level and polish it even more. So some things I have an issue with is that we have a lot of words that are not really inside this boundary here. And I would recommend in this case that we would decrease the width of the text column, because it's rather wide anyway, but I think we could deal with that. But when we maybe just slightly adjust it, just slightly, it doesn't have to align with the letterhead, I think. I think it's a better width than the one before. Yeah, definitely. And some words are not that alone, it's a bit more compressed in this way, and the lines still fit in there. And now when we take a look at the letterhead, I think the logo type could be slightly smaller here. It's very striking and very big, also very close to the title. And what I also like to do is I'd love to align it a bit to the baselines that are within the contact here. So I'm going to pull out a guide here and let me decrease the size and let me point it directly on the phone number here. And there we go! Pimped that one! So these are just some tiny details, but there's a compounding effect which brings it all together and makes this document seem more professional. If you found this content helpful, consider hitting subscribe, but also there's another video I have for you regarding pairing typefaces, which is about the font matrix. See you in that one there. I hope...